Hello,
What's up, Paulie?
welcome to Local Rock Talk, and I'm your host, Pauser, and my co-host's not here, so I don't know. But anyways, we have Pull the Reins on the show tonight. Welcome to Local Rock Talk.
Thank you for having
Hey,
us.
man.
No problem, and thanks for coming on. All right, so when did you guys started the band?
That was you.
Yeah? Okay, well, this Pull the Reins started about pretty much a year ago to date.
It was, yeah.
It was a year ago to date. I started writing some songs and was looking for a drummer and kept looking and eventually a friend of mine referred me to Christian, and I was blown away by his YouTube covers. Just his overall what's the word I'm looking for?
My style of playing. how I
Yeah,
play.
his style, his professionalism. Yeah. So it's been about a year from a year before now.
That's cool.
Word.
All right.
Yeah, man.
So, how many songs you doing?
We're doing 10 songs right now. Throughout the year, we basically had a few songs, and then throughout time, we evolved them. It was basically just me and Paul at the time, and we basically created this type of sound, and we fell in love with it. And so every week, he'll send me new material. I'll have it on my headphones, and I'll practice it, and I'll add my own taste of my own playing to it, and I'll let him know, and he'll like, all right, I like this, I'll add that in. Or it'll be like, all right, no, let's change that, and we just kept on evolving it until we knew exactly what we wanted. And we just created each song to that type of style and vibe. It sounds amazing.
Well, that's cool. I can't wait to hear the sounds out there.
You're gonna love it.
Yeah. So, like I said, keep me informed, Paul.
I will.
Rock on.
I will. You'll get the first CD.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, that's good information. If you want to check out the band, just follow them on
Yeah.
Facebook and other social medias they have.
Instagram, Twitter,
Instagram.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Twitter, Facebook,
So check them out.
Yep.
Hopefully soon they'll start playing out.
Yeah. We intend on finishing up the record first, and at the moment, I mean, we've been in the studio now, I think a series of 5 full days at 12 hours apiece. So we've put in a number of hours recording and getting all of the songs.
A lot of hours.
a lot of hours.
Yeah, the album is fully tracked now, and I believe that the vocals have been recorded for 3 of the songs. So 7 of them are currently still instrumental in the studio and are being mixed, and we plan on heading back in there as soon as possible to start recording the rest of the vocals and to give it a nice mix. And then we're working on a video as well. That's something that's coming up for the first single, which is
Television.
Television.
Yeah. So you have that to look forward to as well. And that's how we're going to release the songs to the public, is by a video at a time. Once all of those videos are out, however many we do, then we will set a release date for the album.
Yep.
Well, that's good information.
Thank you.
All right. So, what instruments you guys playing?
So with
With me?
Yeah.
All right. I want to hear this guy's voice.
Yeah, you're not talking.
So smooth, you know?
Just chilling, hiding.
But yeah, well, I play guitar and I sing.
yes, I'm a bass player. I'm the newest in the band.
Yeah.
Well, I know Paul for such a long time, but I mean, we've been doing project by project together, and eventually we found me again. Told me about this project. I heard the music. I said, yeah, that's cool. I like it. So I'm enjoying playing in this band.
That's
They
good.
like. About you, my friend?
I mean, you already know I'm a drummer. I've been drumming since I was 12, 13 years, for 13 years. And to be honest, a lot of people have been wanting me to be in a band for the longest time. I dealt with music since the 90s, all the way up to 2000s. Last time I was in a band, I was like 17 years old. And I just been doing my own stuff and my drum covers. And thankfully, these drum covers have benefited me from meeting these guys, and especially Paul.
Yeah, Paul's awesome.
He's an amazing musician.
I like the music engaged.
Thank you. Yeah, that's still going on. That Gauge at this point
It's a
is
nice project.
Yeah, it's my side project. You know, where it'll always be there as long as there's a pulse in my heart. That thing is still there. But Pull the Reins is the band. You know, Pull the Reins is the thing that I've been wanting to do. You know, it's the songs I've been wanting to write, and I feel now that my writing is at a level of maturity where I'm outside of what I would have done before, you know, my comfort zone as a writer, and it's pushing me to sing, you know. I mean, these guys said you should just sing. I had looked for other singers, you know, I had put ads out for other singers, I had talked to a few friends, and you know, nothing was biting. So I said, you know what, I just have to do it, because I knew already what I wanted. And so I was looking for a singer that would do what it was that I was hearing in my head. And I thought, well then, if I know what I want to hear, I should just do it.
Yeah.
You know?
You did good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm trying, you know. I'm trying. It's not my first instrument, you know, singing.
Yeah.
You know, I've done it up until now, you know, because I've had to do it. You know, it's something that had to be done. I'm primarily a guitar player, but you know, with these guys, it's good company. You know, it feels right. You know, it's not. It doesn't feel forced or contrived at all. It's, you know, it brings out the best I feel in me at this moment in my life.
Yep.
That's good information, brother.
Thank you, sister.
All right, so we had good talk so far with them. Can't wait to see them start playing. Hope they're playing Chit Chat.
Oh yeah,
Very soon, bro.
yeah.
Yeah, most likely.
Then after that,
I have bigger dreams than a local, you know, type of thing.
Yeah, same.
You know, we have plans to take it to another level with this project, and I'm happy about that. That we're all on board with the same thing. It's no longer just fun, something you do in your basement, you know, or your garage or wherever. And even if you do that, you know, I hope that eventually you get to the point where you can look back and say, I did that. Because now it's steps and it's progression. You know, there's songwriting, you know, refining those songs, recording time, layering tracks, the videos, etc. There's a lot of there are a lot of things that come to play, and and the chit chat is, you know, will be fun when we get there. But I'm not even. It doesn't even really, since I've played there so many times with other bands, you know, this whole area, you know.
Yeah, we're probably planning to make like a little tour in England if we can.
Yeah.
I mean, not only here, Chit Chat, maybe can go around Boston area, maybe
Yeah.
South Boston, probably Connecticut.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love to find some places around, make it like a little tour with other bands.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, so our main thing is like to be like more successful together.
Yeah.
Like basically, the work we do is not to be in vain. We have to do it because we love it,
Yeah.
and we love people who love us too.
Yeah.
So we don't have fans yet, but eventually, probably someday, we find them somewhere, hide them in the closet.
Be like, hey, we found you.
Yeah. No, I mean, luckily with my back catalog, there's already, it's already a sustained sort of thing. So this is something that I'm coming at it from a different angle, and in that I'm not hoping or expecting to, keep those same fans of that music. I'm looking to engage a new audience of people, as well as to make the older fans, happy, and to feel as though Pull the Reins is another element to what it is that I've done.
Like an upgrade, pretty much.
Yeah, it's an upgrade. It's a revision. It's it's a refinement, of where and how I was as an artist. So, but yeah, the one thing that we've mentioned a lot was that was looking into getting a distribution deal for the band. So, in regards to playing locally and trying to achieve some sort of local status or something, that thing to me is like, not exciting. It's like an old shoe. You know what I mean? Or
It's because you've been used to play around here. It's like
yeah,
you want to try something different. The same happens.
Yeah, it's not a. It doesn't fascinate me to do anything. I mean, I still walk the streets. I still love the scenery. I still admire where it is that I come from. But my personal dreams for the band, and one that I feel I share with these guys here, is that we're looking so much further outside of our options here, because they're very limited. So we're approaching the project as though it's something that already is a well-established band. So we're writing from the perspective of something that has already been accomplished. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Writing from a plateau where it's just deliverance. We're just giving at this point. We're not trying. You know what I mean? Like that level and that degree of thinking and way of being is something that is, to me, is of the past. And I'm happy to involve Chris in the project where he's the youngest guy in the group, and to give him this sort of this sort of teaching, and because I've dealt with a lot of people whom I'd been involved with in projects who would willingly take advantage of my sincerity and my writing, and I feel as though it's my duty to do the complete opposite of that with Chris, because after all, I mean, he's going to proceed not only with this project but further on in life. Mm-hmm. And to have the right sort of guidance, I feel is something that's within this project. It's within the vein of this project.
You got the energy.
Yeah, it's I want him to be him, and I want to show him the ways, the proper ways,
The right way.
Yeah. Because
Exactly.
it just feels right. It feels like the right thing to do.
Pretty much.
All right. How'd you two pick the name for the band?
Well,
I know. So actually, I was at work. I think I was on my break, and me and him were like talking about it at the time, and we were all wondering like, what's the name? Like, what would be like the idea? And this is like technically like my actual legit first band, and I'm like, I don't know what name. Like, what do you want to do? And eventually, didn't someone say something to you? And something about they were basically going through something, something really, really tough in their lives. And then he was like, you just gotta pull the reins. And we all know Paul. Paul always has like these incredible like things and sayings. And I was like, what do you mean? And well, I remember we were talking about it through Facebook. So why was the main reason why you thought of it?
I just, I looked at it, inwardly, and it's more of a self-reflection, something that I'd come to terms with, having dealt with anxiety and those sorts of things. where I had to visualize myself, whilst being in that situation and in that feeling. I had to, imagine that I was holding something and that I was stepping through it. And at that point, it was behind me. And that was the visualization that I had. And when I was talking to this person whom I don't recall, I don't know who they are, not that I don't recall the episode, but I had told them, I said, hey man, you gotta pull the reins on your reality, and steer and gear it toward the direction in which you need to get to succeed or to feel better. Ultimately, I mean, that's what it's about, whether you're, rich or famous or poor or whichever, your scenario. It's to be being happy and doing what you're doing. It justifies your having done what you had to do to get there. So pulling the reins was a conceptual idea. It was to pull the reins on your reality. And then in regards to it being a name for the band, I looked up a ton of names. I had a ton of obvious names that I was looking into, a lot of one-word band names with 3 syllables because there's 3 guys. I was, really thinking hard about that. And then the one thing that just seemed obvious was Pull the Reins. So I looked it up on the internet and I asked around if there were any other bands, by that name, and nothing came up. So that was a first for me, where looking, you know what I mean? You're trying to find a band name and there's a ton of them already, So that meant something to me. And it meant, I felt as though I struck gold, or oil, whichever the saying is. But anyhow, so pull the reins, that's what it stands for, pulling the reins. It's like a horse, the reins on an animal that you're sitting on and you're, telling it to go this way or that way or to slow down. You're pulling those reins. And in the project,
Do the right thing.
yeah, doing the right thing and pulling the reins on getting this project off the ground and where we want to go with it. So essentially we are pulling the reins and hence pull the reins.
Cool. Good information about that. Yeah. Don't forget, check out the band on the Facebook and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can't find us, we'll find you.
That's right. I'll even share the page from my page, stuff like that.
There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And plus, I have a group called Local Rock Talk now.
Awesome.
So you
Sweet.
can share the band page on there if you want, stuff like that.
Yeah?
Did I add you to it yet?
I don't know, but I have a feeling that it's coming.
All right. I'll check anyway, see if I added you.
Yeah,
If I
add-
didn't, then I will. Then you can add them if you want to.
Yeah.
So they
More
can.
the merrier.
Yeah,
Do it, man.
so
Go for it. Can't
if
wait.
you two want to add my personal page, you can.
Yeah,
Sweet.
So,
let's do it.
all right. Any influence of the music you play about?
Yeah, Christian, you take the stage.
You're always calling me Christian. It's Chris.
He looks
Chris.
like a
He
Christian.
always does that. Like, what do you mean by like our style of music or what we like, our own vibe?
No, what are some of your influences?
My influences?
Yeah.
That's a lot. Say break.
5.
5?
Yeah.
That's actually tough. We'll do Breaking Benjamin.
Cool.
This is really, really tough. There's too many.
Let's keep going,
But,
man.
Breaking Benjamin, Linkin Park, Daughtry. Damn, this is like torture right now. A little bit of Metallica, a little bit of Boston.
That's 5.
Yeah.
Good. There's
So
too
you
many
got
right
me.
now.
What are your 5?
Ocelito?
Well, mine is it's like him. Basically the same as a lot. But my influence started with the Deep Purple, Black Sabbath, Dio, Metallica. Can say Iron Maiden, Pantera. Like I'm more like that's just the fusion in this project. It's like a little tough, but at the same time is really cool. Something new between his style, my style.
It's like
So
all
we
of
mix
our
it.
styles of music that we like. It just kind of blended in and created into one.
It's like go fast but go slow at the same time. It's
Yeah.
weird, crazy.
Yeah, by us in going slow, we're really going fast because we know we can go fast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, it's knowing that you have the ability to do something and not doing it. You know, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
But your styles are pretty much almost the same. Well, a little different. Your style.
Yeah?
I mean, like, yeah. His style is like, it's like, I can say like the crazy weirdest good thing. It's something involving in space, but something is like, put you in it to stay for a while. Not those crazy weirdos that you want to leave and say, like, I can handle this. But this one is like, put it again, play it again. I kind of like, I want to hear it more. I want to like find something when it's like intense that you want to stay. It's cool. It's like, his style is crazy, but it's good.
Yeah. So Deep Purple, Black Sabbath,
Black Sabbath, Pantera, Iron Maiden,
Iron Maiden,
Iron Maiden.
Dio,
Dio.
Dio.
Dio, yeah, Dio with Black Sabbath or Dio and Rainbow or
Either way, oh, Rainbow is an amazing band.
Yeah, hell yeah,
It was an amazing
Single
band.
favorite bands.
yeah,
So way different. But I mean, I like new styles too. I mean, like the Breaking Benjamin, Avenged Sevenfold.
Yes, them.
So
Thank
those
you.
guys are like, I kind of respect. Be a musician, you love any kind of music, except stupid music. When you know there's coming something coming up, and you was like, I want to hear something different, but I mean, like, what is this? Try to figure out what it is, and you basically no clue.
yeah,
But every band, like the new bands, the style of I'm more like 90s and down. I mean, like the 90s is like the rock, the alternative, the grunge, any kind of music of that metal. It's like so powerful, and compared with the 2000s and up.
oh
it's,
yeah,
It's little different, but it's weird because they got the same influence as us. But they want to try to make a different kind of style, their style, and I respect that.
yeah. There hasn't been, in my personal opinion, you know, being a fan of music in general.
Yeah.
You know, I firstly am a fan of, you know, Black Sabbath, the Beatles, you know, Queen, Tool, Nine Inch Nails, Pink Floyd, those bands that have a bit more depth to their songs, to their writing. You know, Prince, artists such as that, who
Yeah.
live what they've created. They truly embody it. But yeah, in regards to the 90s and so forth, yeah, there's been a sort of cultural void where everyone's sort of reaching for something, and I don't think it's necessarily to blame on local artists because, you know, infinitely, I mean, we are, you know, empowered by influence itself. So as the media is, you know, projecting certain arts, music, you know, movies to us, you know, we're creating that like it's watering a flower, you know. If you were to water a flower with a specific color, say a white rose in itself, you know, purple, it would grow to be that because that's the water, that's the color in which it was nurtured. And these bands are seeing this stuff on television, which isn't very good, and they think that they need to do that. It's the same goes for hip hop as well. I mean, you have all these artists.
Oh yeah, hip hop is another thing too.
Yeah, I won't even support them by mentioning the names of artists or bands that I dislike. It's, but it's one of those things. It's, you know, they're promoting really bad music socially, in hopes of inspiring, you know, the younger artists in that. You know, with rap music, I mean, there were such great lyricists like Tupac, whom, you know, had a lot to say, you know, and after him, I mean, there are these other artists whom had been inspired, and it sort of got trickled down into this from this, you know, river into this little stream, and got pushed away, you know, by big business ultimately. And then now there are these other artists and performers that are coming up who are much, you know, less intellectual, far less depth in their music, in their lyrics, etc. And I feel ultimately it's there's a reason for it, and I don't think it's a good one. I think it's because ultimately ignorance is bliss. There's that factor. Also,
facts.
knowledge is power. So the less people know about more intelligent reasoning, then the more likely they are to create music that's just very bland and very dry. And in that, it creates this feeling of less empowerment with people. Because bands like Metallica, for instance, that Jose mentioned, those bands, they make you feel, something. They make you want to get up. They make you want to create music. They make you want to go to the gym or, take a walk, whatever. But
Yeah,
but after the 90s, the late 90s, in my opinion, it's been
it's drop off down so bad. But
very, very bland.
and it's like bands them then coming up and then disappear. That's one of the things is I never understand. Like bands coming up and then so good and so powerful and then boom,
Yeah.
they're gone.
Yeah.
What happened with this band? Oh, they broke down and broke up.
Yeah,
Wow.
a lot of great talent gets shelved
Yeah.
by record labels. They'll sign a band, they'll give them a large sum up front, which is essentially a loan, and then they'll let that band then book the studio time, but they don't book it. It gets
Exactly.
booked, along with the management, along with the A&R, along with the producer. There are all these facets, and once this record label's money is fully extended and expanded amongst it all,
And
that
the-
artist then owes them that money back, and you think you've made it, but realistically, it's just a loan, and I feel bad for the artist whom not only lack credibility like amongst something that's totally entertaining and bright, but for those whom have something to say, they're in the same boat, unfortunately. And I think going by route of distribution, getting a distribution deal, putting out something on your own, is essentially going to breed the new era of stars and the new sound. Whereas everything is a copy of a copy. Doing it yourself, producing it yourself, writing yourself, truly creates things that are unique. These little, like a weed seeping through the cracks in the pavement. And bands like the Beatles or Black Sabbath, Black Sabbath specifically, look at how they created, how they became. But I could go on and on. Anyway.
Yeah.
And he loves it.
Yeah. I love music, man. I talk about this all day.
Oh yeah.
We're always on the phone for like an hour every time we're on the phone.
Yeah.
That's how I know how it is.
Yeah, dude.
It's like you guys in a
You
relationship.
just got to tell me to stop. That's
Yeah.
it.
Stuff.
But yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
What's the next question you got for us, Paulie?
Throw it up.
So I just try to talk about stuff. Like I
Oh.
try to think of some new
Oh.
ways till Kyle gets me
Oh.
no questions. So,
Yeah, if he even shows up.
well,
If he
That-
doesn't,
it's after 8 now, so it feels like it's been half an hour already.
he's fired. If he doesn't show up, he's gone. He's
Fire.
yeah,
Just kidding.
yeah.
All right. I guess that's good enough for talking and stuff. So,
Yeah, I could tell you.
yeah.
If you want me, I can ask these guys questions if you're out of them. What are your hopes and ambitions with the band? I'd like to know.
The ambitions we have with the band, that's like success.
Yeah,
Success not is only a band. It's a musicians.
yes,
Bands is bands everywhere.
yeah, yeah.
Every corner there's like, oh, a new band coming and play this bar, a new other band coming to this one, to this. But they just bands. And they're like, it's just one thing I see. I've been in through a lot of bars since I was in California.
Yeah,
And I saw bands like with a lot of talent. A kids that they sitting over there with a guitar and they make it cry and it's like your skin go like, oh. So, and then he just don't go after that. He just stop
Yeah.
right there. you know?
because they
So-
achieved their goal they had.
Exactly.
They hit their ceiling.
Exactly. So
They-
when you're a musician, you have to keep going and play. And the creator of the band is we are to do it. Don't you think the same way or you think different?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
Yeah.
Or you wanna sit in the Walmart every day
What's up?
playing drums outside? No.
No,
course.
well, in all honesty, well, we just been working so hard, and it has so much potential. It has too much more potential. Like when we were at the studio, and it was just a rough mix, and everything got put together, and I was just amazed. I was just like, wow.
Thank you. Is that it?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening and watching. We are Pull the Reins.
And
Yes.
thank you for watching Local Rock Talk. Until next time, keep on rocking,
Stay
support the
tuned.
local music.
Stay tuned.
Later.
Stay tuned.
Thanks for watching Local Rock Talk with your host, Paul Zabrilli. Until next time, keep on rocking.